Dude, there was so many manufacturers with things that were so cool at SHOT Show.
I know. How do you pick?
I don't know, man. We got to figure out a way. Okay, dude, we got it.
Okay, you sure?
Yeah, we figured out the top 5 accessories of SHOT Show 2024.
Let's bring it on.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Classic Firearms. I'm Matt, and today with me is Jason.
What's going on, folks?
And we're just kind of dropping like flies here.
Yep.
Jason and I are the only two left.
Kaya's down, Clint's down. They got the SHOT Show crud, but I blamed that on alcohol and midget wrestling. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so everybody's starting feeling a little under the weather. I think Jason and I are the men. Everybody else is a weak constitution, but that's fine. That just means that we get to have fun bringing this to you.
Yeah.
So we're going to present the top 5 accessories from SHOT Show 2024. And Jason, what's number 5?
It has to do with the Barrett in the room. I think it's the Fostech 20-round 50 BMG drum.
Yeah, man. I mean, so think about it, like, that is such a cool piece of engineering,
Yeah.
right? And I can hear you guys out there. Some people are like, how does that apply to us? Other people are like, how is that not your number 1? But I tell you what, man, I mean, this is like a super iconic weapon system. And to have something so cool as to be able to double this capacity, like, I mean, it just felt like it really earned its spot on coolness factor alone. This is badass.
Absolutely. For all those pesky vans, hulks, or werewolves that, hide out in your backyard or basement, we got you covered.
Yeah, I mean, so, not only a werewolf, a pack of werewolves.
Yes.
Like, I mean, this is, but, I mean, admittedly, this is not like a practical thing that the majority of consumers are going to find themselves availing themselves of. So we couldn't really put it at the top of the list.
Especially due to the price.
Yeah, man, 1,600 is a lot.
Concept.
TBD. MSRP. Pending. But certainly, I mean, like that's a big budget item. But still, I mean, it is just so cool. The engineering that went into it, the craftsmanship that went into it, like when we saw it there on the showroom floor. And I can't wait to hopefully get a hands on one. We can test it out.
I'm gonna let you guys handle that. I love my shoulder blades and my rotator cuffs. So, yep.
Well, I'm willing to take the sacrifice and step behind the rifle and give that a test. But yeah, that's why number 5, Fostech's 20-round 50 BMG drum. Rolling on to number 4.
And number 4, we're rolling into, what is it, the Flux Raider for the P365?
That's right, man. So a Flux Raider is just a really cool platform. Yep. I think it's done a lot, especially for the SIG pistols with the serialized part is that trigger pack, right? And it's really shown that can be a more widely used system for what's the serialized part of a firearm.
Absolutely. Modularity is the key with that, but also how they shrunk it down, make it actually be able to fit inside of a holster inside of the pant line. Now that's pretty good. I see a lot of practical use for like PSD work, maybe a lot of undercover stuff if you got stuff like that, or you just want to be that guy concealing a Raider in your pants. So.
And I mean, let's look at the Raider. In fact, think about how much more practical use it has over just a regular, P365, right? So you get that third point of contact. It just gives you more controllability. You got the extra mag capacity there because it holds that second mag. I mean, it really does help to develop the practical uses of that platform. And I mean, I was at the Agency Arms booth and I saw some kind of tricked out, Raider setups for the 320. And I can just imagine, you shrink that down, like you said, make it a little bit more concealable, and certainly it's a really cool concept. Now you got to shoot it.
I did. So I'm gonna say this right now. It's for my hands. It actually works. It fits, and I think it's something that knocks it out of the park, man. Raiders of the Lost Ark, but I hear you on this one.
Personally, I have the Raider at home. I have a recovered tactical brace, but certainly I would love to upgrade at some point. But yeah, I mean, I think that it showed a lot of really cool inventiveness to be able to take that and shrink it down and make it work, which is why we picked it for number 4.
Kaya's interview.
And Kaya had Ben on his shoulders. That was great. They made a whole human out of that, so that was good. Yeah.
Not the first time Kaya's had a man on top of him.
Pause. We're rolling on to number 3.
All right, number 3, we have the ModTac MRAC suppressor shield. That's a mouthful.
It is.
But so it's the modular rail attaching coupler. And the suppressor shield's a really cool concept. So you did that interview, and
Yes.
I have to say, like, I echo a lot of your thoughts. So why don't you just let
So first of all, it's modular, it's lightweight, it covers the suppressor completely, it's carbon fiber. It's just phenomenal. And for me, the first thing that he was talking about is whenever you're slinging for a transition, you're not gonna burn your thigh, leg, meat, or anything. Or, for dog handlers as well. So it keeps it very conscious. I like it.
Yeah, and it reduced heat mirage.
Yep.
He was saying that it was like 60% less heat on the outside of that
Yeah.
than on the surface of your suppressor. And also, I love the fact that the attachment to your M-LOK rails, like it's coming in from the inside and it attaches Picatinny rails to the outside, so you're not really losing any space on your rail. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where I'm kind of surprised that we haven't seen something similar earlier. It's like a faux suppressor over your suppressor.
I love it. It does its job, and how simplistic it is.
Yeah.
It's up there. That's why it's up there.
But suppressors are certainly like a big and growing part
Yes.
of our coverage and the people out there. And so, something that'll keep you safe, help you do your job.
No more holes in cry pants.
No more crying over holes and crying.
There you go.
And keep your seat safe. Keep yeah, man. It's just again number 3 for a reason. It's just an ultimately practical tool.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. So number 2 is PTR Industries with their vent line of suppressors. So they've got the 1, the 2, and the 3.
Yep.
And so the 1 is the 308 can, the 2 is the 9mm can, and the 3 is the 5.56 can. So you got to try out some of these.
I did. That 9mm can is absolutely primo, stupid quiet. When they say movie or Hollywood quiet, it really is, and I was very impressed.
And I wouldn't be too surprised because PTR Industries, they're famous for their roller delayed blowback firearms, including the 9CT, which is analogous to an MP5, we'll say.
Very much so.
And so being that has kind of got to be one of their front running products, it makes sense they would develop a really good 9mm can.
yeah.
But what about the other calibers?
The other calibers were fine. 5.56 was great. I know it was a little bit gas to the face, but that's just me. I don't care. It doesn't matter. But it was silent, quiet, and it had a great tone to it.
And one of the coolest things about these suppressors is that you're not limited to one muzzle attachment.
No. So it is open hub design. So for all you dead air lovers, for all you ASR people, I don't know why you would choose that one, or the Q Plan Bs, smart people, could change it up and do whatever you want to do. But why would you do ASR again? I don't know.
But so for performance, modularity, they're again the fact that they're a leader in the industry of those 9mm blowbacks, and this is just paired so well with it. We had to give number 2 to the vent line of suppressors from PTR Industries.
They're quiet.
Before we hit number 1, of course, we always kind of want to hit a couple honorable mentions, right?
Yep.
So what was your honorable mention?
Magpul T-Mag.
Oh, okay. I mean that's respectable.
Yeah. They're whiz-bang scientists there, material science and everything they got there. I think they got something very special. I would love to put it on this list, but it's not out yet. So
And it's just a magazine.
yeah, it's just a magazine.
It is really cool. I have said it for a while now that it feels like the mechanics of firearms isn't advancing as much as just the material sciences. We make them with different materials in better ways.
Yeah.
Like, when you look at like 3D printing and stuff like that, it's cool how we can make them in new ways, but the actual operating systems that they rely on haven't changed since 1902.
Very true.
So my honorable mention is going to be the Holosun Pistol Thermalite.
Oh yeah.
So again, a product that's not really out yet, but I definitely thought it was such a cool concept. So we did a little bit of playing with night vision in our bolt action series, and so it kind of reminded me of the Neath that I was using, right? So it's got a camera side and then a depiction side, but in this case, those two parts are separated into 2 components. So you mount the camera underneath, and it's still got a light. It's still a flashlight. You're not losing real estate where you can't have a tack light, but then your optic has a display where you would see thermal imaging. And like applying that technology, which has been on rifles for so long, to a handgun.
Pretty genius.
I mean, when you talk about positive identification or just being able to operate at nighttime, like that's really exciting.
It is really cool. Thermal overlay technology is really cool in itself. So I'm digging it. I'm digging it for sure.
All right, so I think we're gonna move on to
Wait, the Unity Tactical Gas Cap.
Okay.
Ryan's honorable mention.
Ryan's honorable mention. It's really cool in the concept, and I really like it. USB-C connectivity can hold stupid weight. I just want to see it, put over more lights, and I think it'll be a good contender going forward.
Yeah, so that USB-C connectivity means you can use a variety of switches
Yeah.
and stuff, right? Yeah. I mean, certainly, I love anything that gives customers options where, you're not fixed to their product.
Correct.
And I think that so many manufacturers could benefit from taking that mindset. Like, people kind of want to lock you in. You're like, you're my customer here, so you got to stay downstream with me. And I think it just helps the market out. And it helps the consumer out, provides more value, makes me want to buy your stuff more
Right.
if I know that, hey, I can buy this from you, but it's going to interface with the things I already got, or,
Now here's a bigger
future-proofing too.
Now here's a bigger question with that USB-C. Can you charge the battery from the back?
I don't know.
I don't know. If you can, I'm definitely buying it.
All right, guys, our number one pick of all the accessories at SHOT Show is unexpected, actually. Right?
Very much so.
We were surprised, but I mean, we're super excited for it. It's the antimatter electric scope switch. Now, you ran across this at the booth,
Sure did.
and it was a surprise when you came.
Yeah, we were there for something else, and then that caught our eye, and we were like, "What's this?" And we were like, "Whoa!" So it is a automated electrified scope switch. So it's not like the regular one where you have to manually move it up and down. This is all done with a button that you can place anywhere on your rail. To me, the form factor is smaller, thinner. It's a lot better. So
I just fell in love with this idea because, again, a firearm is just basically a tool that you're interacting with. And this affects your interaction in a meaningful way, right? So let's take this as an example, right? So if you were aiming through the scope and you wanted to adjust your magnification, normally you would have to, come off of the rifle in some way and adjust it here manually. And you might lose sight picture. You definitely aren't in the same shooting position. You might lose the buttstock in your shoulder pocket. And this, you've got a switch right there under your thumb. You can put it where you want to, but like right there. And it's smooth. It that motor doesn't have like spin up time.
Nope.
It's not, gonna have overcreep where you let go of the button and it keeps going. It just operated so well so that you can get that exact magnification that you want.
Absolutely.
And whether that's zooming in for positive ID or switching targets at different ranges. I mean, there's so many applications for this, where it be like law enforcement or hunting.
recreational style, if you want to throw this a PBS 18 on up front, or maybe a thermal on top, and go some hog hunting.
Yeah, precision shooting or target shooting. Like, there's so much available where it's just, again, your interaction is what gets the rifle to do what it is you want it to do.
Yeah.
And this helps you to input into the rifle. Now, the manual one was a good idea, but I feel like, again, requiring you to move that like slider in a manual process already affects how you're holding the gun,
Correct.
right? You're having to alter it to utilize the scope switch. And this solves that because now it's just a button. And just like, you can mount a light and you put that switch where you want to, so you have the light switch where you want to. Now you have the control for the scope switch.
And now you get all your rail space back. So that's a plus in my book.
And the mount itself, the motorized mount, is basically the same size as any other scope mount.
Yep.
You just have a lead coming up here to your switch, and so you're not sacrificing any of your available space. I mean, really, I just thought it was the coolest concept that we came across because, so many things, they're improvements here. Like, you can make a better suppressor, but this fundamentally changed a requirement in how you're interacting with this optic on your platform.
And it truly is forward thinking. So
Absolutely. I mean, now there are some limitations when it comes to exactly what scopes it will interface with, right? But certainly I think that that's something that they can expand on. But I just thought that because of the ability to actually change something, not just make it a little bit better, but change the paradigm of how we're interacting with your firearm, that easily became the most exciting product and our number one pick.
absolutely.
Yeah, so guys, that is our number one pick from all of the accessories at SHOT Show 2024. If there's something you think that we just blatantly missed, something you just felt deserved to be on this list,
Let us know.
Please comment down below. We're always appreciative of all that interaction, and maybe we can reach out to those companies and get something in, and we can test it for you guys and say, hey, we were wrong. This is way more revolutionary or innovative than we thought it was.